Hey everybody, Cougar here, back with episode 2 of our Beginner's Quick Start Guide to Subnautica. The day is starting to dawn, so let's get started with our second day's activities. Today our long-term goal is to start building a base. Now, if everything goes according to plan, we should be able to start building this base before sunset. The most important part of building the base is going to be obtaining some silver, which we will use to craft a computer chip, which will go in our habitat builder, which we will then use to craft a base. Now that the sun is up...
Emergency. Seismic readings suggest a quantum detonation has occurred in the Aurora's drive core. The central dark matter reactor will reach a supercritical state in T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
So there you go, the Aurora just kind of blowed up, just like that. I'm going to hit F6 to bring our HUD back up. I turned it off for that moment. Get a little bit prettier. F6 cycles through different HUD modes. So as I was saying, we are going to build a base. To do that, we need a habitat builder. To build a habitat, to make a habitat builder, we need a computer chip. To make a computer chip, we need silver. So to get silver, we are going to put our backs to the Aurora and start swimming away from it. First thing you'll see off in the distance there are some creep vines. We want to go past the creep vines. You swim much faster on the surface, so if you're ever trying to get just from point A to point B and you don't have to be keeping an eye out for stuff on the sea floor, you can just swim on the surface and get there a little bit faster. Now, once we get past the creep vines, which we're not yet, but once we are, if we look at the bottom, we should start to see it tailing off, getting a little bit deeper, and we will see some red grass popping up, and some sand sharks, which are pretty dangerous. So that down there is red grass, and that is what we need to comb through for silver. But there is like a convention of sand sharks there right now, so let's just keep going, get past them, and try to find some sand a little farther away from all those sand sharks, or some silver a little farther away from all those sand sharks. Alright, so from up here, it's kind of easier to spot those nodules. You see that nodule right in the center?
30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
That is sandstone, and that is silver. That's exactly what we need. Now I'm going to pop my air bladder, and that will take me to the surface very quickly, as you'll see. My deployed air bladder is taking me right up to the surface. Oh, I hear a reef back.
Emergency. 10 seconds of oxygen
Got our oxygen
remaining.
back. Let's go check out our reef back. So it's right here. Big boy. These guys are harmless. They cannot hurt you. You can get right up and snuggle them if you want. But that is not why we're here today, to snuggle reef backs. We are here to grab silver so that we can make a habitat builder. So let's get right back down to the red grass biome and start breaking up some of those sandstone nodules looking for more silver. We actually have enough right now to make a habitat builder, but as long as we're here, there's a sea moth fragment, so we definitely want to scan that, so we can look at the sea moth soon. And then look for more sandstone nodules. Now, creatures in Subnautica make different sounds. They make specific sounds when they actually see you and start targeting you. Picked up more silver. That's great. Off to a great start here. So far I have not heard a sand shark make a sound that says, I am targeting you and I'm going to try to bite you.
Caution. 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
We've got to stay away from those as well. Alright, well, let's go get some more air for right now. Sand sharks all over the place. We'll just make one last trip down here to the bottom, because at this point with 2 silver we have enough to start crafting some stuff. Sand sharks, sand sharks, sand sharks. See, I'm hearing their sounds, but I'm not hearing the sound that says, I'm coming for you yet. So we don't have to worry too much about them until we make that sound, which I have not heard yet. There's another sandstone nodule.
Caution.
Oh, that's
30
limestone,
seconds
but
of
it's copper,
oxygen
that's fine.
remaining.
I'm gonna grab a little salt as long as I'm here. And I do not have time to scan that fragment. We are going to run out of air, so let's get back to the surface. There's another sea moth fragment down there.
Emergency. 10 seconds of oxygen remaining.
But we know where we are, and we know where we can come back here and grab that stuff. What I promised you was base building. Now, as we go past these creep vine up here, on our way back to the life pod, I'm going to do what I always do when passing creep vine with a little bit of space in my inventory, which is to cut some off and eat it, just to get a quick snack in. We can also cut some creep vine and hold on to it in order to make fabric, which we will need for some other stuff that we want to build later on. Cut some of these, eat 4 of them right away, drop that, and now cut 4 more, just that's gone, cut 4 more to bring back to the life pod. First dive into Subnautica, basically everything is scary, right? Every sound you hear, every creature you see is going to be scary. And then after a while you learn which ones are really dangerous, which ones you really have to listen for and look out for, and which ones not so much. As long as riding right past this. Oh! Hello, stalker. You want some? You want some? Come here, bitch. Yeah, you didn't like that, did you? I can grab that. We're gonna need titanium. Still would like to finish scanning my sea glide. Here we go. Here's another one. So yeah, we're basically scanning everything. Now that we have a scanner, built it in the last episode, we can be scanning everything we come across. We are going to need lots of quartz and lots of titanium to build our base, so let's pick up as much of that as we can as long as we're out here roaming around.
Emergency. 10 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Glide, and still plenty of time to get to the surface.
New blueprint acquired.
So there you go, I unlocked the Sea Glide. We can build one of those right now. I'll tell you honestly, I don't use the Sea Glide that much. I like it, but that is up to you. Resources, basic materials. We are going to break down metal salvage that we found into titanium. We're going to use the creep vines that we just cut to make some fiber mesh. 2 of those. Not going to make any more glass right now. Well, maybe make 1 more glass. 1 more glass is fine. Alright. Now, in order to, as I said, in order to go to personal tools, we're trying to build the Habitat Builder. In order to build that, we need a computer chip. Go to electronics. We see that a computer chip needs silver ore, which we have, quartz, which we have, and some table coral, which is very easy to get. So let's jump right back out. That is right out here. That is table coral. Swipe at that. Pick up some of those. 1, 2, 3. 1 more, since we have 2 pieces of silver. And pod. Now, because we also, well, the first thing we want to do is make that computer chip, which will then allow us to go to tools and make our habitat builder. But since we picked up a couple of silvers there, let's see if we have enough to make our stillsuit. Yes, we do. So we need 2 silver ore and 2 fiber mesh, which we made with the creep vine material. Now we have a stillsuit.
Stillsuit equipped and capturing body moisture.
Now we do not have to worry so much about our water levels going down faster than our food levels. Now our water and our food will basically stay at about the same levels. Our Stillsuit will reclaim body moisture and dump it in our inventory as reclaimed water, which we can then drink. So we have a habitat builder, yes? Now we can start building a base. The first thing we need is a foundation. And we have 4 titanium to make our foundation. I like to slap my base down near a drop-off so that when I build my sea moth pool, my moon pool, it has some place to go, and it makes it easier to enter and exit with the sea moth. So slap down a foundation. Let's see if we have enough. We do not have enough titanium to continue our construction, but that's one piece done. Let's swim around and try to grab some more titanium. There's some. Get a little O2. Scrap metal is easy to find here in the safe shallows. You can pretty much find it anywhere. Pick that up. There's another piece over there. That. And more quartz. I need that for glass to make a hatch for our base. And we're going to need it to make our solar panels. We finally find the rest of that, the other fragments for the solar panels, so that we can. The sun is already starting to set, I believe. So let's get back to our pod. Break down the metal salvage into titanium. Craft glass using quartz. And now I just happened to notice that I have the ingredients to make bleach here because I picked up some salt and I picked up some coral. Common coral, not the red table coral that we used to make the computer chip. So I'm just going to go ahead and build that bleach and then use the bleach to make a big container of disinfectant water. This is larger than the ones that you get from the air sacs. Alrighty, good enough. Now back out to our new base here. That's a peeper. And we just want to slap down one little thingy and a hatch on it. Right there. Right at it. Alright, and you have a base. What you do not have is any power to your base right now, so if you go in there, you are still, notice your oxygen is still going down. So don't stay in here too long until you get it powered, but you can do stuff like maybe craft a storage locker to give yourself a little extra storage in here. And I think we need a wiring kit and a computer chip to put in the fabricator. But there you go, day 2. We actually slapped down a bit of a base, a starter base. So I was
Emergency. 10 seconds of oxygen remaining.
reading a post on the forum recently. The guy said, "Oh, I'm so far away from building a base. I just started." No, you're not. You're 2 days away from building a base, basically, from the start of building a base on day 2, which is what we've done. So let's call that an episode. And we've got. So we put our backs to the Aurora. We swam away from it, past the creep vines, until we found the red grass biome. We dove deep down to the bottom of the red grass biome and picked up some silver from the sandstone nodules mixed in with the red grass. We used the silver to create a computer chip. We used the computer chip to create a habitat builder, and we used the habitat builder to start making Peace.